Hello everyone. Here's a little video, I suppose. I will be doing more of my creative stuff, don't worry. I'm just doing this quickly-ish. First will be it will be less than 15 minutes, but I have stuff to do today, guys. Unfortunately, where I want to start on, so I don't want to let myself get too creative right now because when I get creative, I want to stay creative, so I thought I'd do that later if I get around to doing it today. But this is a little video on another health sort of video. I know I'm not necessarily the best person to be giving these sort of videos because I'm hardly the healthiest person in the world. However, I do understand health. No, I don't have any degrees and all that. I have life experience and things that, are just somewhat common sense, and maybe some people don't know this and maybe some do, and I've had experiences in life and you learn things, and so I'm sharing some of it, guys, just because I don't always use the wisdomy knowledge I get doesn't mean it's not helpful or works, or it's just I'm terrible at sometimes following my own common sense and knowledge that I know would be useful, and sometimes I do actually follow my own stuff as well. Of course I always try to, but I struggle. And right now, anyway, point being is I do have some words of wisdom, knowledge, and I'm like going on 22 in July, but really I feel like I'm going on 92 year old. So technically I'm like, my body's probably physically older than its physical age. Anyway, this could tell people, I don't know, this may not apply to you, but maybe it'll apply to someone you maybe meet someday or someone you know. Or maybe this feels like you and like, oh, and maybe this could benefit you. So please listen. Even if it's annoying, you don't want to. How's your way of thinking in life? Are you a positive thinker? Are you a negative thinker? Are you realistic? Somewhere between. Does it change? Do you sometimes feel happier in life and some days you just feel like everything's terrible and everything's too hard, everything's too much? You feel run down, you feel unwell. I mean, you wouldn't say maybe you get cold a lot or like flu-like symptoms. And you just feel, and it happens a lot. Either you're depressed or, you maybe low mood. Maybe not, but, how was your way of thinking recently? Maybe you feel like cold, you run down, but you don't actually feel like it's a cold, and you don't know what it is. You couldn't really tell someone what it is, but you just feel unwell and run down. And everything is more overwhelming and harder to deal with. And sometimes you just want to be in bed. Maybe you have more aches. Maybe you're more clumsy. Maybe you're making more mistakes. How's your eating become? What are you eating? Are you eating healthy home-cooked meals? Are you eating lots of takeouts? Processed foods? With like loads of oils and fats and vast amounts of sugars and salt and probably enough cholesterol to give you a heart attack. I don't know. Maybe you like more snack-like foods. How much of that are you eating? That big £1 something bag of crisps. And then another. Or are you a sweet tooth? How many bags of sweets are you eating? Or something equivalent of? Drinks? Are you drinking water? Or are you drinking caffeinated drinks? Loads of tea or coffee. Too much of it's not good for you. Especially the coffee. Are you drinking energy drinks? Or your sugary drinks? How much sugar's in those? And sweeteners. Artificial ones. They're not good for you either. Or are you instead drinking diet drinks that are just the artificial sweeteners and therefore have even high content of artificial sweeteners and therefore even worse for you than the normal sugary drink? Neither necessarily being healthy for you, but if you had to choose one or the other and you only had a small amount, you'd probably be better on the full fat sugar one. Because it'll get rid of the craving faster if it's the sugar you want. Obviously, no one wants to get rid of these things from the diet. Well, some may do. But realistically, most people should perhaps just aim to reduce it. You know, so you still get to have those on occasion, but it's just not a big part of your diet. How much are you eating a day? Are you eating the amount you need? Are you eating too much or too little? Are you eating the right amount but just maybe not the right things? Are you going for a walk? Or just moving about, taking in some air and the sunlight? You need that vitamin D. Make sure you don't drink too much water though, because obviously you can drink too much water. But it is what's healthy for you. No, not sparkling water. No, not fruit squash juices, diluted stuff that have a sugar content so high. Although, if that's the only way you can get your water, then obviously have at it. Obviously, some people very much struggle with diet because they have a very limited food spectrum intake. Maybe they don't have a very varied diet because it's physically that hard for them and it's a struggle, and therefore you need to work on it. Mine's better than it used to be. And I have also reduced my sugar intake, maybe not the best recently. Obviously, you know, at times speaking, I'll be a bit of a hypocrite because I sometimes don't do so well on being healthier. But at times I do manage it, and I feel better for it. You don't need a health condition to do this. You should do this anyway, it's good for your health and well-being. At the end of the day, artificial things are never going to be something that's the best for you. Obviously, diet's not the only thing that affects your mental well-being and your physical body. Sometimes someone could have a healthy diet and could make themselves go and do things and be active, and they could still have these run-down feelings and get unwell a lot, and it is still mental health. It's actually some form of depression, really, I find. A low mood. I find, well, not diagnosed, I am definitely depressed in a sense, and I was very depressed in high school, especially the last couple of years of high school. I didn't know I was. I didn't know the word of Well, I knew the word depression, but I didn't associate with myself. But I got on well a lot. And that's how I didn't go to school, because I really didn't feel well, and I felt something was wrong. And everyone was like, well, on my autism, and everything was a lot harder in those periods of time. And I realised after high school that it was depression. Being depressed can make you get physically unwell and run down a lot, because it's all in the mind. And your mind is a very powerful thing. But also, what you put in your body and how you treat it also is a very powerful thing. I'll somewhat leave it there, because there are other things, obviously, that go into mind and body well-being that aren't diet stuff, but can also help. But having less than 4 minutes, I wouldn't really be able to properly go into that. And this was only brief, but I hope it helps. If you like your sweet things or your unhealthy snack, and you know it's unhealthy and it's not very good for you, you need to reduce it. Try and meal plan what you're going to have. Whether it's day itself, day before or week before. Try and get some containers, like little ones. Well, like this. And if you want a variety of things, put some into that. Get sealed and you'll be having less, you still get to enjoy what you like. Remember guys, it's not unhealthy foods are not, what you should be living off of. I hope it helps. I want to talk about journaling and stuff like that. I haven't actually done it yet, but I know it could help. Anyway. Well, I hope this is useful for some people. Obviously, I struggle doing and implementing these things all the time myself, but at times when I have managed to do it, I have found it beneficial. Also remember to be somewhat active in lifestyle and base your portions and stuff and how much exercise you do and to your activity levels and all that. The basic stuff. Anyway, guys, maybe I'll do more on this subject, but we'll see. Anyway, I got to go and smash up an old litter tray in a bin with a hammer that I'm going to cover in a bin bag. Yeah. See ya. Much love, everyone, and there's always more to come until there isn't. So until the next time. See you guys.